Hey, you folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to the Wednesday Beyond Earth live stream. We are gonna switch it over to the main view. Main screen, turn on. Yeah! It is time for some Beyond Earth. Now, we took a poll. And then we had to send them back to Poland afterwards. Sorry, someone else made that pun earlier, and it was like, too good to leave. We did a straw poll to see if people would like us to continue the game or start a new map, because the winter update for Beyond Earth has dropped. It just went live like about an hour before the live stream started, and the poll is overwhelmingly 90% in favor of starting a new game, because while the winter update seems to be, you know, our old save still loads, but a lot of the mechanics have changed. So by doing it this way, we are going to be able to use the new mechanics right from the start. But more importantly, there's a new map script, and I think that's what has people the most excited. So let me go ahead and bring up the game. Where's the game? The game is right over there. I hope no one has just lost the game. All right, and let me just justify the screen a little bit like that. So the new map script is, if you have the new patch and you go on your main screen turn on to the I'm kind of hiding it over here to the My2K thing over there, and set up an account. It's something that's going to have apparently some sort of interaction between Beyond Earth and Sid Meier's starships and different stuff like that. Kenjin, hey, thanks for the sub. And anyway, as an incentive for signing up, let me go and drop this down here. As an incentive for signing up, they give you a new map script in here. So let's go ahead and set up the game. We're going to stay on Apollo, standard all the things. And over here, we're going to go down to Advanced Worlds, and we're going to pick a glacial world, a temperate world undergoing severe glaciation during an ice age. I have no idea what the hell this is going to look like. I do have the mods turned off. Hey, Manchuck, thanks for the sub. I do have the mods turned off because I'm not 100% sure if they're compatible or not, so unfortunately we're going to have to go without mods. Which actually means there's going to be a lot of whining still about trade. Because while this patch did add an auto-renew for the trade route, it still doesn't allow us to, like, sort based on gold or energy production or science production or anything like that, which kind of annoys me. I can live with most other things. That trade route thing is still driving me bonkers. Hello, Zaldir. Thanks for the sub. So I guess we have to make a few other straw polls then, since we are starting a new map. Bear with me momentarily here while I ask people, sponsor, question mark, ARC, PAC, FI, Slav. I hope we're not Slavic again, because we were last time. African Union. Allow multiple poll choice. Create poll. Hit that. Sponsor poll. Bam. People start answering that one, and then while they're thinking about that, I will start prepping the next straw poll, which is colonist, sci, food, energy, prod, culture. Okay, that's nice and prepped. Just getting them ready. Spacecraft. Coast. Thrusters. Tectonic revealer. Plus 100 energy. Or alien nests. Let me go and take a look at the sponsor poll. See what the result is looking like over there. ARC is currently in the lead for the sponsors by a fair chunk. Looks like we're going to be playing the Americans. America. So covert ops are 25% faster and cause 25% more intrigue. I do like covert ops. And I've never ever done like a level 4 mission. And I guess we're going to be doing that. I'm not convinced that this ability is particularly potent, but it will really incentivize us to play with more espionage-y kind of things. We'll also start to we'll have to research our spy tech a lot faster as well, which is not a bad thing. All right, we're going to be ARC. Let me get the next straw poll. Colonist poll right there. And actually, let me give you guys the other one as well, which is the spacecraft poll. Spacecraft poll. Bam. And then I have to go and prep the cargo poll while you guys are voting on those two. Note there are two polls, both a north and a south. Cargo, we got hydro, well, +1 pop. There we go. Pioneering tech. We got clinic. We got soldier. We've got worker. And in most of these polls, you should be able to do multiple choice. So let me go and do the cargo poll. Throw that down as well. All right. Let's take a look at what we've got. The colonist poll. The wiener is science. Science pretty good. Not going to complain about that. Also, the spy tech is actually relatively expensive. So getting the early science boost here, because this isn't super scale, although it's never bad. But in the late game, 2 science per city doesn't add up to that much, although it does get multiplied. But early on, this can let us get our spy tech a little bit faster. So it looks like we're going to go science, and then for our spacecraft, we are going to go with the retrograde thrusters. Again, my thing with the retrograde thrusters isn't necessarily more option to choose where I place the first city. That's not usually what I find the incentive. What I love about it is bigger starting reveal, which helps you scout things out a bit. And this is going to be a totally unfamiliar map, which is really going to get that sense of exploration really, really nice. So we're going to go retrograde thruster. The tectonic revealer was right behind the thrusters. And for cargo, where did the car go? Machinery. Begin with a worker unit. Absolutely, my favorite pick out of all this. I think it's the most powerful pick there is. I think the +1 pop is not necessarily terrible, but I really like that worker pick. So there we go. We have our decisions made. Excellent. Thank you very much for all that help. And we are going to jump into the game. Time to make planetfall, ladies and gentlemen. They think this will be a challenge. They don't realize economics is nothing more than sociology followed through its logical conclusion. If you understand the various factors which define people and their desires, you can be... My screen went blank. It always does this, like, loading step. There we go. Which define their desires, you can be prepared to give them what they want. Once you know that, starting from scratch is easy. I will lead this colony to great riches, and the ARC will profit once I have my share. Yeah! All right, so let's take a look at our starting area in general. We've got xenomass, 10 xenomass, 3 floatstone, 2 phyrexiite. Well, I would say the xenomass has uno más more. No, uno más would be 1 more. I don't Spanish. I'm sorry. Looks like we are probably going to make another Harmony run. Now, so far, this kind of looks like a normal-ish map. I mean, we're landing in a tundra-ish environment. You know, some tundra here, but it's not too bad. And actually, we've got relatively, you know, temperate climate to our north. So the question is, where do we land? Now, the game thinks we should settle here. This is the way the game sort of works. It, like, picks a spot that is good and then sort of centers you there. It's not a bad choice. I mean, if we settle here, we get no coastal tiles whatsoever, which, I mean, sometimes being on a coast is nice to run trade routes, but... there are also slightly weaker tiles oftentimes. It is better if you get algae. The coral is also pretty nice. So at this, if we settle there, we would actually get all land tiles. And the idea behind that is it would be 100% workable and improvable, except for 2 canyons. That's it. Other than 2 canyons, this tile would be 100% workable. We'd start with fruit right away, which means bonus food, which is really nice. We would get more tubers for even more growth in our city. We actually just might go for like a super vertical city. That's right, Toki. Donde está la biblioteca? I don't know the rest of the rhyme from Community, but I like that line. I'm kind of keen on that. What other alternatives might we have if we moved over here? Being adjacent to the river doesn't matter in Beyond Earth, but if we moved here, we would get the floatstone within reach. I guess the advantage here is we would also get the fungus. We'd still get the tubers. We'd still start with 1 fruit within our initial circle, and we'd get the second fruit or the fungus, or rather the tubers right away. There's something to be said about that. Also, landing right here blows away 1 tile of miasma. Little optimizations are good. What if we went north? What if we went up here? Well, we wouldn't be within range of the xenomass. We wouldn't have anything in our inner ring. Actually, even in our secondary ring, we wouldn't have a food boost. I think that would be extremely poor. Going westish, yeah, you get some silica. Most bottom left hex down here? Maybe. Because I think if we are not on the coast, we can still work coast tiles, right? We can't build any buildings that require it, but I think we could still technically work the coral. I think that would be bad. Yeah, too bad we can't choose a coast. Like, that's the thing. We don't have the option of a coast whatsoever. Now, we could stick a city right here. This becomes, assuming you can settle on snow, and I think you can. This is not a terrible city. assuming not a ton of overlap with our capital. It would get the tubers right away for food. By settling on the snow, that means this tile actually is relatively reasonably good. We get a couple of dead snow tiles, but that's not a big deal. We'd get the coral, we'd get the algae for growth. This location here is not bad for a secondary city. So maybe our capital should be a little further away, here or, you know, slightly to the north. So we should probably do a straw poll, but I'm trying to figure out what the options. Outside of the river for the silica. I mean, silica has got that science boost. Can't complain about that. Now, we'd have to get quite a few culture pops. If we just settled just left of the river, here or here, well, here would get us one silica. Oh, no, actually, we'd get both silicas eventually if we were right here. All right, so let's, oh, I don't have my mods to mark things anymore. Poop. We're going to do a straw poll to figure out where we want to go. So, settle. So, first of all, there's going to be the middle spot, which is right here. This is going to be middle. Other option is one tile left, which is across the river. So, left one tile. Other option could be, I'd say to the east, like right here, which is not a terrible spot. Which would get us still the fungus, this floatstone. So right over here, we're going to call that east. And then we'll call north. Yeah, not here. It'd be like 2 tiles north. I think that's just too bad to even consider, if I'm going to be honest. And just for the sake of argument, we'll put in the bottom left corner here because some people are saying it's good. Bottom left. All right, let's see what people want to pick. It's not a bad starting spot. Colony, pole, bam. Overall, not a bad place. Really? East is off to an early lead. Right over here, east. Interesting. It does pin down the floatstone and opens us up to having a decent city here with minimal overlap. I really actually think this is going to be a fine place for a city later on. Wow, no, east is crushing it. It's got twice as many votes as the second most, which is left one tile, followed by middle and then bottom left. All right, I'm not going to complain about this spot at all. There we go. We start with the fruit. Obviously, we're going to send our explorer down to the goody hut ASAPly. What do we want the goody hut to give us? That's the question. Actually, probably production boost early on. I'm not going to complain about that. I'm going to start with the Old Earth Relic. I definitely think it's the right move to do, and last time we did a poll, everyone definitely agreed. We're going to start with that. We'll do some more votes, but we're going to leave it off for now. So, Pioneering is the first pick? Probably. Then we'll have to make some other decisions. Because we want Pioneering at some point for sure. You guys start to chat about whether we want to do what I often do, which is sort of chemistry followed by engineering, or the other way around. Engineering first reveals titanium earlier, and titanium is more important for settlement, but chemistry first gives you the laboratory and recycler, which is quite nice. Other than that, we don't need to rush anything unless we go straight for computing for spies. I think that's a little suicidal. But that might be the start. I'll start with Pioneering just to get things on the go. And of course, they never start your worker where you want to start working. We'll go ahead and put them on the fruit because we want to start improving that right away, since we don't have to research calendar. And we did reveal a lot of resource pods. We got this one. Where are the others? Oh, right there. Right there. And down there. Oh, very nice. Although no diggables. Still, I'll take it. In fact, I should probably rush to here, and I can even leave these resource pods until later, because no one else is going to grab them. But they're so quick to grab, and they can give us a real nice boost. Free culture! In fact, that's enough for our very first policy, so right away, we're going to have to make a poll to figure out where we're going to go. Last time, we went heavy-duty knowledge, and I'm not going to say that starting with field research is bad. It can always be good, although we don't have any expeditions in sight right now. I do feel like prosperity tends to give you a little bit more happiness. The +7 for mind over matter, very strong. And then Eudaimonia, even though it's been nerfed, is still pretty good. Industry, you've got profiteering, which is less good now because we get fewer trade units than we used to. But can still be decent. And then you get Magna Santi later on, which is an even bigger health boost. And the thing is, if you're worried about health, public security actually gives you a crazy amount of health relatively quickly. But overall, I feel like might be a little bit weaker. So let's do a quick little straw poll. and figure out where we might want to go. Virtue. Prosperity. What's this one called? Field research, then prosperity. Industry. Field research, then industry. Might. Field research, then might. Or straight up knowledge. Multiple poll choices are enabled. And there we go. Virtue poll. Bam. All right, let's leave that for a second. You. Start me on a plantation, please and thank you. What tile are you working, city? That is entirely reasonable. Quest update. Gifts from home. Find 3 resource pods. Well, we are working on it, my friend. I'll go down there for now. And yes, culture. Yes, quest. All right, let's take a look at the straw poll. People want a direct rundown prosperity. We're going to have like nice big cities. We do have a lot of food in our capital, so I think we are going to need a fair amount of health. Plus food retained after a city grows. That's going to be good. So frugality, obviously, we have to take no matter what. The interesting question, then, as a follow-up that you guys can start parsing in your brain is, do we go for colony initiative? It is a dead end, but a free colony unit can really speed things up. But it is a dead end. And if you don't go colony initiative, do you get homesteading? Versus workforce initiative. I think workforce initiative you generally always want. It gives you a good boost early on. There's no long-term gain, but it can start you off a lot faster. Then you take helping hands, or you skip there. There's a lot of questions in prosperity. It's very interesting. I like prosperity. I like the design of prosperity because I think there's a lot of valid paths depending on your situation. Yes, no, Aquamouser, the polls are not bugged. I'm intentionally turning on multiple choice. So you can vote for all the ones that you're interested in. You're like, well, I like this one and this one. Either one would be okay. Hello, African Union, as a relatively close neighbor. Usually not super aggro, which is nice. Also, I like this placement much more than, say, over here. I'm hoping no one lands over there. I know nothing about the glacier map. I don't know if it's continental. I don't know if it's a big Pangea. Hello! Where are you? You are in the middle of nowhere close to me. Which probably means you're going to run away with the game and win. We got a free solar collector. Alright, we're going to save that until later. Now with my Explorer, I'm going to beeline this resource pod. Which might not be the most effective exploration path. But I know that it's there, and I may as well go and get it right now. I'm going to save the solar collector till now. We're going to wait until we're at least size 3 or 4 or something like that, so we're working a decent number of tiles. This is far enough away that I'm fine with that. Is that Franco-Iberian? No, KP.
The temple doors of the Protectorate are open.
Hello. She looks so cool. And, right, we got the satellite. I haven't ever done a pure role-playing style Civ B playthrough, but I tend to role-play a fair amount of things. Like, I get mad at people for reasons. Research Pioneering, we are working on it, my friend. Old Earth Relic. Tiles, yeah, there's not actually that many high-quality tiles at this time. We don't have enough energy to buy another food-rich tile, which is kind of a shame. So, we're just going to have to sit on our hands for now. Would have been really nice to buy the tubers or the fruit. Just so that our second population unit was working something a little bit more useful. Dun, 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 dun. Oh no, not Space India. They're going to space nuke you. That's right, Mighty Zeus. We know how it goes. Hello. What does Sputnik mean? I mean, that's his first word he says to me. Like, what does it actually mean? I guess I could Google it. Choose production. All right. So, let's do a quick little poll here, because this is a good question. Next building. Because clinic is good. Another worker might be good. We're going to get a worker for... Well, we may not get a worker for free. It's a good question. Explorer. Soldier. All very valid choices. Very valid. And again, I'll allow multiple choice, so you can choose more than one that you think is good, if you like. Second building question. Sputnik means traveler. Oh. Sputnik equals satellite. No! The Sputnik was a satellite. That was the name of the satellite. That's not what it means. Apparently, Sputnik means traveler. I like that. Keep calm and soldier on, everyone. Now, if we are going to go early expansion, a soldier to be able to protect a very early settler that we might get for free is pretty good. Clinic is pretty goddamn good, and people tend to agree. Another explorer, also really good. We might go... Now, we will get a soldier for free when we complete our first city. But we might want to do something like clinic into soldier, for example. I'm often a fan getting another explorer, but right now we actually don't have any diggables. So we could actually explore a little with a soldier for now. But a clinic. A clinic for the science. More like companion? Oh, like fellow traveler. Oh, well. All right. Hang on. Twitch chat not being helpful. What does Sputnik mean? Fellow traveler of Earth? Yeah, see, the free dictionary is shitty, like useless. Sputnik, what does it mean? It means satellites. No, that's not what I'm looking for. So some sort of like traveling companion, traveling buddy, something like that. Cool. All right, I like it. That's pretty neat. And it makes a lot of sense as to why he would say that to me when we met. All right, let's go pop this goodie hut. All right, we completed our quest, so we got 10 science. We got energy from this pod. Oh, all right, we've already popped that tile. I was going to say we can go and buy that now, but we don't have to do that. Unit needs orders, so we still haven't found a diggable or another research pod. I guess we'll just keep going in this direction. Ooh, looks like we might get a little bit blocked off here. The question is, maybe I'll squeeze through there and then come back around and see what we can reveal. I'm thinking we may build a soldier second and then send him out over here to check out what's going on there. Plus provide cover for potentially an early colonist. Salut, comment ça va? Alright, let's go. Alright, cleared the forest, get some free production. We've got some chitin over here, a little bit of mountain over here. Quest update. Ah! Okay. Let's take a look at what we've got. I think we are going to have to go Harmony. Actually, taking this Xenomass is going to be key. If we can't get this Xenomass from the AU, the African Union, we're actually not going to have anything. We have 3 floatstone, 2 Fraxite to choose from. And that's it. Wow. I really don't want to take this quest decision right now, because, like, we might go Harmony, but then again, we might not. Wow. Well, here's the question. We can contain Outbreak, which is Harmony, or we can ignore it, which is Purity and Supremacy. We're going to straw poll it. Contain, ignore, create poll. That is a interesting question. Quest poll. Bam. Now, if we do go Harmony, and we do get beaten to this, A, we can war for it, although, wow, what a brutal zone to try to attack through. With these mountains and that. We do have a little bit more Xenomass over here, so we're not totally screwed. And, I mean, we'll find something somewhere. What do people want? They want to contain the outbreak. All right, Harmony it is. Well, we're not locked into Harmony. It just sort of leads a little bit there. We'll get a little bit of free Harmony, maybe. Which isn't bad. I mean, nothing free is bad. Go Harmony for once. We went... Oh, yeah, we didn't go Harmony last time. That's true. I thought we did, but no, we went Purity. It is about time we go Harmony, but this is brutal. Let's go here, spot, and then we're gonna head east and just scout this area out. And maybe if we can get a soldier here and just sit and block the AU, because I don't want... If we have to invade through here, it's going to be hell. It's going to be absolute hell. All right, prosperity. Do we want to make the rush towards colony initiative? I think we're going to do that. I saw a lot of call for it in the chat. And let's go ahead and do it. Let's go and rush out the free colonist as quickly as possible. We're going to hold off on the free worker. We started with 1 worker, so we don't need to rush out a free one right now. The 1 worker we've got is going to mostly be able to keep improving things quickly enough. Technically, we could speed things along a little in our capital. But let's go down. Okay, yeah, rush that free colonist. People are agreeing. So homesteading first. Bam. And then we start spying.
The universe is either in progress or in entropy. We choose progress.
Progress sounds good. Okay, choose production. I'm going to pop out a soldier with the idea of A, stopping these guys from settling over here. B, protecting my colonists. Especially, there's 2 xenomasses. We might end up with an alien nest, which would be... That would be bad news. So, there's a few good choices here. I think it's still too early to rush computing. I don't think we need planetary survey right now. So, I think I'm going to make an executive decision to go for chemistry so that we can unlock an early laboratory. And then we might go engineering and pick up titanium. We might do a poll at that point. But that's usually my start, and I do like it quite a bit. But there's arguments to be made for other things. And I will certainly be peeking at the chat a lot. Okay, we got some more xenomass over here. That's really good news. Another resource pod. I like it. Oh yeah, how does our familiar exotic quest go? Build a Xeno Sanctuary. Right. Central has grown. It is now size 3. Time to drop the satellite? Yeah, I think it's fine. Wow, plus 6 energy. That is actually quite a bit right now. We doubled our energy intake. Love it. I'm working all tiles that are getting the bonus energy as well. We've got the bonus food from here, which is really good. I could just go and purchase this, actually. And I will. Oh, it's 2 turns till border growth, and it's going to pick it up anyway. Never mind. I'll save a little bit of money for now. Let's go and pop into here. Bonus culture. We're very close. 4 turns away from our free colonist. Are we going to finish our soldier in time? That's annoying. No, I guess we'll just have to deal with it. More xenomass over here. Very good. Ah, Old Earth Relic. We're obviously going to go +1 culture. It's never even a question. 2 turns. 5 turns left here. Great. And we can't purchase the military unit or anything like that. But, I mean, we may be okay with just the Explorer here to sort of scout. Ah! Actually, didn't want to take 2 steps. I want to take 1 step. Is that 10 floatstone? Also, that's a lot of aliens. Almost certainly a nest has spawned over here. That's a lot of aliens. Ooh, a settlement. Crap. Now, here's an interesting question. What if I just settle here? What an amazing choke point. I was thinking of settling over here, but I can just drop a city right there. It might be a lot easier to power my way in, because I can't be surrounded by aliens. Alright, let's get that free colonist. I'm not going to move him out quite yet, though. Alright, that's finished improving. Lovely. Let's go and do that. I'm just going to sit him in central.
No village.
Cooperation, sure. We're not going to go for an early war with this guy. I wonder... Well, there shouldn't be an alien nest right there. So I think we're okay. We can start digging that up, although clearly I want to pop the resource pod and go back. Apparently the AU did not explore to the west, which makes me really happy. Why are people talking about milk? Did someone just eat something super spicy?